Welcome back. In the 90s, Beverley Craven burst onto the pop charts with the hit single Promise Me. Her debut self-titled album sold over 1 million copies as she won a Brit Award for Best British Newcomer and then seemed to disappear off the musical radar in recent years.
Well, she's back with her first album in almost a decade. It's called Close to Home. We'll speak to her in just a second, but let's see the video first for the new single, Rainbows.
Look at that bird sitting in a tree, singing its little heart out. And look at that cloud, a picture in the sky, and the sunlight through the leaves. And all I know is it's beautiful, and it never meant so much to me. There are no rainbows without the rain. A broken heart will find love again. Without darkness, you can't shine a light. I took so much for granted. I have been blind.
Let's talk rainbows now then with Beverley. Hello to you.
Hi.
Lovely to see you.
You too.
So let's start with that then. You shot that video at home.
Oh no, the video wasn't shot
Oh.
at home. The album was recorded at home.
Right.
But the video was shot in Fulham somewhere, in a studio.
But this is part of sort of you really going independent now.
Yeah,
Sort of your
my
return to-
friend, a guy called Gary Love, he shot that video, and we had all our kids in it, and friends' kids, and they're all the ones holding the pictures, and
And when you say you recorded it at home,
Yeah.
do you have a studio at home, or
I
is
do.
it just in... You do?
yes.
You-
Well, the basic tracks, you know, the ones with, you know, the drum kit and the bass on, they're recorded in a bigger studio because I haven't got space at home, but all the overdubs, you know, backing vocals, saxophones, percussion, everything else is recorded at home.
And you put it onto a computer?
No, I don't work with computers. I haven't quite got...
So what do you
know,
get onto? You get it still onto tape?
It's still onto tape with me. I'm old-fashioned.
That's very old-fashioned.
But you're going under an independent label now as well, is that right?
Yes, got
Yeah.
our own label now, my husband and me and our neighbour. Yes, got our own little business now.
So was it... it was not sort of hard, but was it a challenge to get back into the studio? Because this is your first album for, what, 10 years?
Yes. Well, yes, I did stop for quite a while. A terrible writer's block for a long time, and also being a mum, you know, it's very time-consuming.
Having children that age, I mean, what, they're now teenagers,
Yes.
more or less.
Yeah.
But that age, they just take up all your time
It's
and
all
energy, don't they?
consuming, motherhood,
Yeah.
when they're that age, you know, right from when they were born, really. I couldn't hope to have a career and be a mum.
Yeah.
So it just wasn't going to happen.
Well, let's take a look back before we look forward again at some of the hits that, of course, made you a household name. Before those children came along, let's take a look.
Promise me you'll wait for me. I need to know you feel the same way too. And I'll be home soon. Hold it on, keep holding on, 'cause your love's got a hold on me. Keep holding on. Hold it on, yeah, yeah. You're playing love scenes without me, and she's got my room starring as your leading lady, stealing the show.
And since then, talking about not just having children, but also you've not been well.
No.
Just, I mean, like, seriously unwell.
Well, breast cancer I had in 2005, but I did catch it early because, you know, I heeded all the warnings that women are, you know, told, you know, check yourself and all the rest of it, and I did.
So it was on the basis of a self-examination, was it?
In fact, apparently, most women discover these things for themselves rather than mammograms or...
So caught early,
Yeah.
and how was the treatment then? How long did it last?
Well, I was lucky as well. I mean, you know, it was tiny. It was a tiny sort of petit pois-sized lump, and which I ignored very stupidly for about 4 months, thinking it's nothing, as you do. And then eventually had that removed, radiotherapy. They zapped me with that for a month, and then now, touch wood,
Yeah.
I'm clear, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and the new album then is sort of bright and cheerful, really, isn't it, in many respects?
Well, a couple of songs, like the single Rainbows, is specifically about, you know, coming out of the other side of that, really, and a bit of
appreciating life.
Yes.
For...
I mean, I know it sounds cheesy, but that sort of renewed enthusiasm that you have. Oh, thank God, you know.
Yeah. And what do your children then make of Mum going back into their music?
They
It's
love
quite
it.
exciting.
They
Yeah.
log on at school in their ICT lessons, and all their mates, you know, it's Mum's website. You know.
But there's not just album, is there going to be a tour as well?
Yeah, I'm doing 25 dates in the autumn.
That's a lot.
It is, but it's spread out from the end of September to the beginning of December, so it's not all consecutive nights.
Did you enjoy the live experience first time around?
No. Horribly nervous. I used
Really?
to be backstage thinking, you know, what can save me from going on stage? It's either got to be a heart attack or a fire in the building, and
So
you
the
know.
prospect of doing it again then?
No, it's lovely now, because now I'm standing there going, come on, let's get on.
Because you feel, well, you've done so many other things and met the other challenges, really, that it's just not such a big deal.
That's exactly what it is. You know, nothing can be as bad as that, is kind of what
Yeah.
keeps me going.
Well, really good to see you. Thank you very much
Yeah.
for coming in today.
And next time you see me in the supermarket,
Yeah, say hello.
stop and say hello.
Yeah, we've just discovered that these two are neighbours.
Neighbours.
Yeah, there you go. Keep spotting each other in the supermarket, as Bill says. Right, thank you
Thank
very
you
much.
very
And good
much.
luck with the tour and the album.
I'll see you in the frozen foods. All right.